7 o'clock. We are back. We had a very exciting week, by the way. We wanted to let you know we got invited on a podcast, which is unusual because what do we have to do with anything? How did you like it?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was about hockey, which we actually enjoy quite a bit.
There's a hockey game right now.
There's a hockey game now that we would enjoy being a part of while we're watching or showing, like something like that. We do have people in the meeting here. Let's go over to our Zoom and see who's joined us. Who is that?
It's Smiles.
Hey,
Hi,
Smiles. We've got some firsts and seconds and thirds. We have Nico with the first. We've got Emily with the second first. Melissa with the first second. Emily with the second. It looks like Nico just yelling, "Whoa, fancy!" Not sure what about, but...
About us being on a podcast.
Oh, yeah, that is. The episode of the podcast, so it's called Five Holers. Five Holers. And which is a term, a five hole is a term in hockey. It's technically kind of the crotch area of the goalie. Yeah. So if you're shooting a puck and you're trying to make a goal, if you basically if you shoot it right at the balls of the goaltender and then just a few inches below that, 5-hole. And so 5-holers. So we posted about them on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. You can go check them out. They're a hilarious bunch. They might, if we hound them enough, maybe they'll come join us here. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but hopefully. Speaking of joining us, if you'd like to join us in our Zoom room, it's meet.anotherwastedhour.com. I hopefully I spelled that right and it just doesn't go to a porn site.
No, that's good.
No, good.
Nailed
Excellent. So yes. So welcome. High five. Welcome to what I cordially call the only reason I change my shirt each week. It is another wasted hour. I swear I would just wear one shirt for an entire year.
Be like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Just like a closet full of
Right. It'd just be like Charlie Brown. I just have one sweater on.
He showered for y'all today.
I know. It's almost like I like you.
Almost.
Almost.
Not quite.
We've got a Mordecai. We've got a Patrick. Evening all.
We kind of have a Patrick.
Yeah, working again, so not sure how much I'll be able to participate. That's understandable. Patrick going and saving lives and putting out fires and rescuing kittens from trees and touching power lines with other power lines. I don't know what he does, I'll be honest. I'm just making things up to make him sound good. He's betting on sports.
Danny's here.
Danny is also here. We're looking for 10 people. We need 10 whole people, or we will also accept 20 halves of people.
Would also be fun.
Yeah. As long as you can type in there and be a part of the show.
And then we're going to do the show efficiently and go watch hockey.
Yeah, because we like hockey, and the Capitals are playing. They've been doing quite well, I have to say. So the way that hockey works, for all those people that don't understand sports or why people watch them, there are things called standing points, and that's how you determine which team is the best of the teams and gets to go to what they call the postseason, which is how you could possibly win a gigantic award. In this term, it would be the shape of a cup.
I have already counted you, Smiles.
Yes.
Someday I should bring my Canley cup downstairs.
What is it?
My Canley cup.
What is that?
It's like a plasticky rubber thing, and
Uh-huh.
you affix it to the top of a 12-ounce can.
Okay.
And then you, too, can drink out of the Stanley Cup.
Oh, the tiny one. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the way it works is if you lose a game, you get no standing points. Right? In regulation at least. If you win, you get 2 points. If you lose, but in overtime, you get 1 point. Right? And so the Capitals, up until this last game, got at least 1 point from every game. So they didn't lose in regulation up until this last game. So it's like, I don't even know how many games, 9 games, something, 10 games. I think it was I think it was like 9 in a row where they got points, which is pretty impressive.
So the Rangers are Patrick's team. Patrick, I've been practicing my trash talk this week. On Monday, I practiced my trash talk by talking to my coworker, Justin. Hey, Justin, who is a Rangers fan, and that was like, you're going down. You suck, and we're going to beat you real bad.
Your skates are dull.
And he was like, I mean, you probably will because we're not that good right now. And
he's not good at this.
He was not good at it. No. But then later in the day, he was like, by the way, we don't play each other today. We play each other on Thursday. And I was like, I fucking knew that. Practicing.
Nico also a Rangers fan, so that is depressing, needless to say.
None news here.
There was you had some bastard on your team. That was my understanding, right? There was some news. It wasn't the Rangers that had the guy that they kicked off the team because he's a jerk.
No, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I think D'Angelo.
So the deal with D'Angelo, and I didn't mention it on the podcast last night. We talk about D'Angelo on the podcast. You should watch the podcast.
Yeah. Comes out Monday.
I didn't mention it last night, but I read on the internet that D'Angelo was sat during the first game. He was benched.
Okay.
And he never got over it, basically, and was a salty bear ever since that point, picking fights with people.
Ian is also here. Yeah, I was surprised. Whenever I hear the word D'Angelo, I always think of a shirtless African-American man who sings really nicely. And apparently this is a hockey player. Or it's the same person, and he's moved careers. I don't know.
Yeah.
But D'Angelo had a video where all he did is lip sync his song, but with no shirt on. And people were like, this is amazing. Because he was ripped. He was a very good looking gentleman. So look at this.
Craig is pretty sure we're using words, but he's not all the way sure that we're using words.
Smiles has gone in for the Flyers, who are very good this year.
Yeah, they're going to be a pain in their ass, I think.
Yeah.
Mordecai is a Devils fan. Bad news for Mordecai. 17 players on the Devils active roster have COVID.
Yes.
And are in the COVID protocol right now.
Smiles, are you muted? You look like you're saying things. You're welcome to jump in.
I'm just wowing.
Yeah, that's a lot. When you think that forwards wise, it's 4 groups of 3, so that's 12. Mm-hmm. And then the defensive pairings are 3 sets of 2, so that's 6. So that's 18 players plus a goaltender. That's your starting lineup, right?
It's 19, yeah.
It's 19, and 17 of them have COVID.
Yeah.
That's not enough for a team.
So here's the thing. We got penalized a bunch of money, and we had people on the COVID list, and then they did the contact tracing and figured out that 4 of them had been in the room together not wearing masks, and we got this fine, and we got in big trouble. You cannot fucking convince me that the Devils didn't do something wrong to get 17 of their players sick.
Melissa makes a great point. She went to college in New Jersey and has the last name Brodeur. So kind of had to like the Devils those 4 years.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Yeah, that
required.
Is Mordecai is a Devils fan, and that's why we don't watch hockey anymore.
Nico and Mordecai also went to college in New Jersey. Apparently, they went to the same college. Did you?
Oh,
I mean, that's the way that makes it sound.
Yeah. Did you meet in? That makes so much sense.
Did you meet in college, or did you know each other already in high school?
I think they met in college.
Let's see. In
yeah!
college.
Oh, we're learning so much about everybody. We know people's last names. We can steal identities right now. We're so good. Patrick.
Oh, Emily and Patrick met in college as well.
Was it in New Jersey?
No, it was in New York.
Oh, well,
Right? Wasn't it Syracuse?
We're trying to have we're trying to get the entire trivia show
Binghamton.
to go through New Jersey.
I knew it was somewhere in New York.
Yes.
Come on, I know shit.
What are we at, people-wise? We've got 5 more minutes.
We have 9 people.
9 people. Oh, we're so close. So close to being at the full 10 people. We had people win the theme yesterday, but we have a new theme for today, just no carryover points anymore. So
the theme is cupcakes.
It's not cupcakes. Don't tell them what the theme is. It's
minus 1 point.
It's definitely not cupcakes. It's totally cupcakes.
It's not cupcakes.
Yeah, we love cupcakes.
I've been eating brownies for breakfast, people. So
no, yeah, let's just go over that for a minute because Caitlin, I swear to God, hand to God, said, you know what? I know that we've been doing like out to eat things for my birthday week and everything, and it's been pretty awesome and I appreciate it. But like, I have to stop eating crazy for a while because I've been doing things like having brownies for breakfast. And I was like, bitch, you're eating a sundae right now for breakfast.
Like, I was literally eating a sundae for breakfast when I said that.
Oh no, you had
I was eating cheesecake.
Yeah, she was eating cheesecake. And she was like, I have to really be more sensible about things. Like, you're eating cheesecake.
It was my goddamn
right
birthday.
Now.
And the cheesecake was going to get lonely in the fridge if I didn't finish it.
I'm not saying that you couldn't. I just don't think that you can also critique yourself for eating dessert for breakfast at the same time.
Yeah, I can totally do that.
Be like, this dessert for breakfast thing is just crazy. I'm like, you're still doing it. You're making a streak right now.
Ranger scored.
Oh, goodness. That is the first time this season. I'm kidding.
Let's see if someone I know.
Sort of sure they've probably had a couple. Oh, it's on themselves. No, I'm kidding. That's not true. I just wanted to be a jerk.
Ryan Strom. Strom?
Strom Thurmond.
I feel like it was Strom.
Thurman Thomas. Thomas English Muffins.
Thomas English Muffins.
Do we just keep going? Let's see, Craig, he was on last week, I think, for a moment, actually asking myself this morning if you still existed. Oh. Trey, yeah. Trey does exist. He has popped on pre-ride. Apparently, we have picked the worst possible time in the history of Trey to have trivia because he cannot make it. And, oddly enough, seems to prioritize exercise and health, which I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Did you see that Melissa's co-signing my bullshit?
What is that?
So you're just having the bagel topping without the bagel. That's breakfasty.
Oh, because it's
cream cheese.
Yeah, it's a cream cheese filling in the cheesecake.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. You know what would be terrible? An everything cheesecake.
Somebody made everything bagel ice cream. Too far.
Oh, God, why?
But they used it in a savory concept. So it's like, all it is then just cold bagel.
Cold
nope.
bagel.
That does not make it fucking better, Emily, and you know it.
I don't know. I eat some crazy shit, so I'm just saying.
I've had cheddar and blueberry ice cream up here.
That sounds delicious.
No.
We're the specialty coffee shop with very expensive ice cream.
Do you want to hear something that's super gross? They make a fucking buttered popcorn candy cane.
Buttered popcorn candy cane.
You know, my brother really likes the buttered popcorn jelly bean. I bet I could get him to eat the buttered popcorn.
They make a mac and cheese one.
All right.
They make a mac and cheese one too. And then I also saw that they have a candy flavored pink mac and cheese that's coming out.
I'm not going to do it.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely do make a cheese and everything cheesecake. I did look that up when I got the everything bagel thing from Emily. I was like, oh, how can I make this keto? And then I was like, oh, I'll do an everything bagel cheesecake. And then I thought, no, garlic nuts and not starter.
Do you think they went with the everything bagel ice cream because they were like, you know what, this bagel should be ice cream? Or do you think it was because they forgot to cook the bagel bites before they ate it and they were like, this is so close to ice cream? They're frozen bagels.
Melissa says they're savory cheesecakes, but she's not a fan. We had a savory cheesecake in New Orleans.
We did.
Remember that? We had a crab cheesecake.
It sounded terrible, but it was actually quite good.
Had a nice sauce on it.
It was lovely.
You just had to think of it as like eating a cheese ball.
Yes.
At like a fancy dinner party.
I was introduced that day to a sauce called the Cajun, was it Meunier?
Cajun Meunier.
Yeah,
yes.
Cajun Meunier sauce, which is delicious.
Life-changing.
Oh, go get yourself some of that.
Meunier
then
sauce.
Just rub it into your chest and just let it, like you go to sleep with it, like Vicks Vapor Rub, right? And you just let it clear up your sinuses.
Meunier sauce, by the way, Cajun Meunier sauce is like butter, cream, and Worcestershire sauce, and that's like all it is. So it's like
good.
real tangy on the palate, but it's incredibly rich. And we had it with shrimp.
Mm-hmm. It was so good. I've heard vanilla ice cream with Old Bay on it is quite good, but I've never had the courage to try it.
It's got to be good. It has Old Bay on it. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anything with Old Bay is
All right.
That is so Maryland. And it was so weird when we first moved here that you guys put Old Bay in salt shakers like it's a salt.
Yeah.
Like
Old Bay goes on everything.
Right. Yeah. It just I had only pretty much been to what's that? I can't remember the name of that burger place that puts that like seasoning on everything. I don't know. It's the same kind. It's like a Fuddruckers or whatever, and they're the only other place that ever did that. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And now when I go back home to New Jersey or anywhere else, I'm like, where's the Old Bay like on the table? Like it would just be a thing that, of course, you'd have this on the table. Why wouldn't you?
Patrick didn't know what Old Bay was until he met me.
I think
Never
there's such
heard
a
of
thing
Old
as too much Old Bay, though, because if you get too much Old Bay, it starts tasting like feet.
See, I didn't think that was a thing, but I ended up doing it by accident once when I made some Old Bay potatoes. I just put way too much Old Bay on them. I was like, oh yeah, found the line. And it was basically like cakes of Old Bay. But I did find a line.
Not good.
Nope.
I like a little Old Bay in my crab cakes.
Yes, that is true. That it can be very, very good. Is there such thing as too old Old Bay?
I imagine it stops shaking out of the salt shaker at some point.
It just comes out as a cake.
Yeah.
Old Bay cake.
You guys sound like Vermonters in their maple. I found out living up to Vermont, you can put maple into anything up in Vermont and you can get people to buy it.
Yeah, you know what's really good with maple? Old Bay.
Ew.
Oh, no, I would use the mess out of an Old Bay maple syrup. I would. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. With a nice savory waffle. Absolutely. Old Bay syrup.
Chicken waffles.
Interesting fact about maple syrup,
Yeah.
you cannot add anything to the maple syrup that is not natural, like bourbon flavored maple syrup. It's the word that held bourbon. So you could only market that if you actually find a way of not adding that to the maple syrup, or you can't sell it as maple syrup.
So you have to like sell a thing of maple syrup and a thing of bourbon next to it and be
Yeah.
like, make your own.
Craig is now going to try to make Old Maple hard candies.
Ah,
Well, Emily would like some of those.
He's going to give them to Emily.
Mm-hmm.
She can have them with chicken and waffles.
It's
Well,
a
the
marinade.
time is officially 7:18. What's the call?
So I count 9 because I wasn't counting Patrick because he's at work and, has to save lives and shit.
Right. We have Nunya Biz has joined us. Do you have?
I have Nunya.
Oh, okay. And Smiles. We counted Smiles?
I counted Smiles.
Oh. Well, that means we have good news and we have bad news.
We get to save our questions for next week.
Yes, and watch hockey. All right, you know what? We'll do a quick one here since we don't want everybody to go home mad and be angry. But so we're gonna, you know what? Let's go into our Twitch here. If you're not over there on Twitch, which I think everybody is at this point, definitely switch over to Twitch, and we will throw some trivia up and
press
just
buttons.
Yeah, we'll go see what we can find there. Let's see.
Let's see if there's any new guys.
Any new guys?
There was a new guy last time.
Yeah, a new quiz.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what we've got. We'll do one of our quizzes from what is it called?
Quiz Kit.
Quiz Kit. That's right. All right, so let's take a look at what our options are over here on Quiz Kit.
Ready made.
I had heard rumor that there might be the return of Karen tonight, and she is not here with us. She had her knee replaced with a robot knee 5 for a second time. Yeah, they took out the old robot knee parts and put new robot knee parts in. And so, yeah. And then they let her keep the old parts, which is kind of cool.
I saw the old parts.
Yeah. They were like, here's the screws and the big metal plate and the kneecap disc.
Metal kneecap.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the kneecap was metal. I think it was made out of like old like hooker fake tits.
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
I don't know what
Find
it is.
a ready-made quiz. Please stop talking.
Oh, okay. If you want to say so. That was the quiz. Let's see. American pop
culture is pretty new.
I feel like, do we have anything in February? Anything in February?
You can't scroll that fast because they're intermingled.
Yeah, but everything starts with a 12.
You can see that fast?
Yeah. Except
Shit.
these two that same. Did we do American pop culture before?
No.
You're sure?
Yep.
All right. You have a good memory, and I do not. Emily would like a wheel of shots. What do you feel about that?
Okay.
Yeah? You're good with that? I just want to make sure. All right. Let's go to the Wheel of Fate and see if we need some shots for this quiz here. It will let us know, as it always does. Really, there's two options. One is it's saying, of course, and you taking some shots. And the other is saying not to take shots and you taking shots. So let's see. Oh, the buzz ball is back from Ian. That's wonderful. All right, let's fire this bad boy up. 10 questions. American pop culture.
Let's not do knockout.
No, because
that doesn't go well.
Doesn't go well at all. So it's going to be a shorter game. It's going to be a shorter night, but that's okay. Let's get the rules out. If you look at your screen and you hover over it with your mouse, or maybe with your finger, I'm not sure how that works on mobile, there should be a thing that says Quiz Kit. If you haven't already accepted that, make sure to do that. And you'll see the rules. It's pretty simple. The quicker that you answer, the more risk you have of winning or losing more points. You let that time go a bit further, and you lose or gain fewer points until you answer nothing and you get no points and lose no points. Was that clear?
Yes.
Perfect. So all you have to do is click on the screen when you see the question. You have a choice of 4 answers. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. We're not going to do prizes and things like that, which is fine. I didn't get to reach out to Brad, who won last week, so we still need to get him a prize and get him set up. Let's start this game, though.
The C in the U.S. TV network CBS stands for what? Cable, Columbia, Central, or Chrysler?
Could be any of those. Cable is good. That's a thing that definitely has to do with TV. A lot of people have been cutting cable.
Yep.
Central, that's not a bad one. It could be like it started in the middle of the United States.
I don't like Chrysler.
Yeah, Chrysler seems weird because I don't think Chrysler really got into the TV business at any point in time.
I don't think so.
No. All right, let's take a look at what the correct answer was and how you did it. 1 person went with cable, 3 said Central, but 5 went with Columbia, which is absolutely correct. Yes. So well done. Yes, Columbia was the name of that company. All right. We're still over here, by the way, on our Zoom room. And you know what? It's kind of insane because we're not going to be going from question to question like we normally do. So you're unmuted, folks. If you just want to jump in and act ridiculous, there's pretty much nothing we can do to stop you. I don't know why I'm letting you know this. Next question.
Onika Tanya Mirage is better known by which of these names? Nicki Minaj, Lady Gaga, Cardi B, or Beyonce? Or as I like to call her, Beyonce.
Beyonce. Bed Bath and Beyonce. That's this one seems, I know what I would guess. I know what it seems obvious to me, but I don't know for sure. But I see that there's like a pretty similar, there's like a similar pattern.
I can tell you who it's not. It's not Lady Gaga because her name is Stephanie Ann Germanotta.
That's right. We know that one. Let's reveal the answer. One person went Cardi B, but 7 went with Nicki Minaj, which is the correct answer.
Good job.
Yeah, very well done.
It rhymes with her actual name.
Yeah, I see. And she just went for the little sexier version. That like, it's this like double entendre thing that she's doing. I see what's going on here. Next question. Let's see as it sends out to you.
In 1994, a manuscript by Leonardo da Vinci was bought for $30 million by which business figure? Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, or Rupert Murdoch? Well, they certainly could all afford it.
I was going to guess Donatello. Mm-hmm. His brother. His turtle brother.
I'm practicing my NPR voice. Can you tell?
Oh, are we doing an NPR version of the show today?
I am.
Oh.
You can do whatever you want.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we're here now for the NPR version of our show. What's the correct answer?
It's Bill Gates.
Oh, only 2 people got that.
Really, they could have all afforded it. So I can see why there's a pretty even spread on this.
Warren Buffett went with 3 people. 1 person each chose Richard Branson and Rupert Murdoch, whose other name is Rupert Minaj.
Rupert Minaj.
Yes. Next question.
Which Sesame Street character was declared a living legend by the United States Library of Congress? Cookie Monster,
Dead.
Oscar the Grouch,
Dead.
Big Bird, Kermit the Frog.
Most of them are dead, so they can't be living.
Why are they all dead? What? Why are you killing off Sesame Street characters?
They are puppets, so they do not live.
Oh, so you're saying they were never alive?
Right. They're dead. They are just objects for children to laugh at.
Ha 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 ha.
That is not an NPR laugh.
Isn't it though?
Please laugh in an NPR manner.
Ha.
Nailed it. The correct answer is Big Bird.
Kermit the Frog was a good guess.
A good guess, but not correct, so that makes it a bad guess.
I don't think Oscar the Grouch will ever be called a living legend.
I mean,
Missed opportunity, really.
honestly, like, he is a man after my own heart. Let's go to the next question. We're going to show the scores after this. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was George Lucas's original choice of surname for Luke's character in Star Wars? Was it Star Walker, Star Flyer, Star Killer, or Star Beater?
Those all do start with star. I've
Yes, they
noticed.
do. Instead of Sky.
Shaggy has joined us from work. That is a long day, Shaggy. I'm sorry that you are still having to work. Shaggy has guessed Jimmy Buffett, which I believe was for the
Warren
manuscript.
Buffett. Yeah.
His brother Jimmy. The correct answer is
Star Killer. Surprising amount of people knew that.
yeah,
Shaggy says Starbucker.
Starbuck.
What do you mean surprising amount of people knew that? We're all nerds.
I mean, it's kind of esoteric Star Wars trivia, I think.
That is true. All right.
Show
Let's
the
see what
scores, please.
Scores are. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Just this last question, Emily did very well.
She said she's a nerd. She's
I
a
know.
nerd.
Patrick was able to jump in as well. Contestant number 10 got 12,000 points. I'm not sure that it's not Smiles. Smiles is there. Can we do process of elimination?
Could it be Nunya?
Maybe Nunya Biz. That might be it.
It could be Nunya, or it could be...
That's the strong one, I think.
Ian? Could be Ian.
Oh, could be Ian. That's true. All right, total scores. Let's see what we've got. Emily, very strong lead so far. Melissa's coming in third there. We'll see if we can get within striking distance here by the end. Danny, sixth. What's happening, Danny? Danny, tell us how you're not trying. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm not. I'm multitasking at work right now on a project that I honestly am like focusing on data and making a graph.
You know what?
I'm doing geeky data stuff right now.
Gotcha. You know what would make that data better? Old Bay. Yeah.
And Maple.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
All right.
Next
Nothing
question.
to do with it.
Which of these U.S. states features the Union Jack on its official flag? Is it North Carolina, Rhode Island, Virginia,
Hawaii?
They just traded it. It's no longer as of this week.
What's that, Ian? You're very quiet.
They just changed it this week. It's no longer there.
Oh, all right. Interesting.
So
Are you sure?
nobody's right.
Are you sure that you're thinking of the right flag?
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Let's see. Which one formerly had the Union Jack on its official flag? And Ian says it is... Ian? What's the correct answer?
North Carolina.
Nope.
No, North Carolina had the Confederate flag, right?
Oh, Union Jack. I was thinking of Confederate.
Just anything with an X on it. They're all the same. All the X's.
The other enemy, the other one we had a war with, that different one. No, the correct answer was Hawaii. Only one person got this. Yeah, I grew up in Hawaii.
Was it Princess Fussy Pants? I bet it was Princess Fussy Pants.
Was it? Did you get it correct?
No, I'm not answering.
You're not answering. Oh.
You told me that was cheating.
Yeah, and you didn't listen for like 3 weeks. Why suddenly?
Well, I wasn't cheating.
Apparently now you've grown more mature in your old age.
I was trying to have fun with my friends, and you wouldn't let me.
Oh, I understand. You hate having to just talk to them.
Yes.
All right. One of you said North Carolina, which I assume was Ian.
Do show scores so we can give credit to whoever actually got it right.
Oh, let's see. Who got it correct?
Nunya.
Nunya Biz. Yeah, well done. Nicely done. So there you go. Everybody else, the most confident loser was Craig.
Good job, Craig.
Who was like, yep, let's do this.
Bye, Patrick. Be safe.
Yeah, be safe over there. Let's take a look at the total scores again. Emily's still out in front. Oh, Nico has pulled into third, overtaking Melissa. Danny has gone negative. Danny is now in the negative because they are refusing to use any Old Bay in this competition. It is a banned substance for trivia. A lot of people don't know that. Next question.
The phrase Black Friday is believed to have originated in which city?
Was it in Philadelphia,
Boston,
New York,
Los Angeles,
or somewhere else that you have to write in with your
North
finger?
Carolina.
North Carolina, the one with the Union Jack, that one.
Ankh-Morpork.
There you go.
Canada.
All right, let's see what people went with. We're waiting on our answers. Hopefully everybody has an opportunity to answer. That is a sad score, says Nico. Are you Nico, are you giving are you throwing shade to Craig? Is that for coming in hot and fast on that one? Mary says Boston. Not
correct, Mary. I'm afraid it's Philadelphia.
Yeah. We're doing kind of a shorter show, Mary. We didn't have enough people at 7:15 to kind of get started on the longer show. And there's some hockey tonight.
Woo!
So we're going to go watch that. We were on a hockey podcast. We talked about it earlier. It's called The Five Holers. So you can go check them out. Maybe they'll be on the show maybe next week. We'll see if they come and join us. The correct answer was Philadelphia. 3 of you went with Boston, 2 with New York, and 1 with Los Angeles. Oh, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Let's go to question number 8. Question number 8.
According to Alanis Morissette, it's ironic to have rain when?
When you have no rain.
On your wedding day?
On your birthday.
On Christmas Day?
On your graduation day. On a horse with no name. No?
When all you need is a knife.
All you need is a knife. let's see what people went with. This seems like it should be an easy one for all the folks in the different ages that we have. I think everyone should be able to kind of hum this to themselves. Unfortunately, my understanding is that most of this in the song is not ironic.
Not actually ironic.
Which means it's an entire song called Isn't It Ironic about things that aren't ironic, which is
ironic. The song should really be called Isn't It Unfortunate?
Isn't it unfortunate? Isn't it coincidental? I did see a breakdown that somebody did pointing out how each thing actually was ironic, which I thought was interesting.
Karen's here.
Hey, look, it's Karen on Oxycontin, which is way more entertaining than Karen not on Oxycontin.
Yes, she is, Emily.
Mm-hmm. Unless it rained on your mom's wedding day and your grandma's and your aunts and everyone else you know. Oh, it's like a curse of some sort that you have. Let's see. What did people say?
Everyone.
Yeah, all of you went with on your wedding day. We all know this one.
Karen would like the Zoom link.
The Zoom link. All right. This is going to be a quick show because we didn't have enough people starting off, but what we'll do is just a short show of trivia, and then the rest of the 2 hours will be Karen entertaining us well on Oxycontin. All right, let's see. Now let's go to the scores. Let's see what the scores have to say. Emily's still up on top, answering things pretty consistently.
Hey, Craig, you're less negative now. Good job.
Danny has decided to start trying. I'm on to you, Danny. Danny went from negative points to now 4th because they could not stand the fact that they were negative points. It was eating at them as they were doing their work. Craig owning the bottom of the list here with negative 28,000 points. That was good.
Good job, Craig.
All right. Let's see our next question.
The Agatha Christie novel By the Pricking of My Thumbs takes its title from which Shakespeare play? Is it Hamlet?
The Merchant of Venice.
Julius Caesar?
Or Macbeth, otherwise known as the Scottish play.
The Scottish play.
Here's the real question. Now that Karen has a brand new robot knee, I think we all have the same question on our mind, which is, have you named it yet, Karen? And if you haven't named your knee, can we name your knee? Everybody, in the chat, if you could just go ahead and put some ideas down for what we should name Karen's knee, just on the off chance that she gives us naming rights to her knee.
Old Clanky.
Mm-hmm. By the shaking of my bum. So that's a different Shakespearean play. All right, the answer is
Macbeth.
It is. The Merchant of Venice got 1 vote, which seems like it may have been Mary, because also in the chat there. Unfortunately, not correct.
Nanya would like to name Karen's niece Steve Austin.
Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Or no, it would be the $1 Million Man, right? Isn't that also the $1 Million Man?
No, that's someone else.
What's the $1 Million Man's name? I thought that was similar.
Mary has the best name ever.
Mary goes with Neely Dan. That's good. Iron Knee after Alanis Morissette. All right, this is good. This is great. All right, one last question. Somebody's going to name it Arrow to the Knee. Which 1985 film ends with the line, "Roads, where we're going, we don't need no roads"? Is it Witness?
Out of Africa.
Rocky IV.
Back to the Future. So Steve Austin is the $6 million man.
Yes. There, that guy. That was what they're going for. Not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, the $1 Million Man was a wrestler named
I
Ted
see
DiBiase.
that explains it. That is the confusion.
The Capitals are on a power play.
Excellent. Everybody went with Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Was it in the original one or was it in a future one? Was it in the Back to the Future first one?
It was in the original Back to the Future.
Right at the end there?
Right at the end that it set up that there was going to be a sequel.
Gotcha. And the Mr. Fusion and tires go underneath and it takes off.
Karen says first.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. She gets a point for that. Absolutely.
Go ahead and give Karen points. All right. If you want to join us, once again, our Zoom room is meet.anotherwastedhour.com. Feel free to come join us because even when the show ends, we might sign off, but we're going to leave the room live so you guys can hang out and chill and cohort and save kittens. No, wait. Oh, that's Patrick. All right. So, did we get a name for the knee? What's the one we're going with?
I think Neely Dan.
Neely Dan? Is that the go-to one? Anyone against Neely Dan? We haven't officially gotten word that we're allowed to name her knee. But I think we can just refer to it. At the very least, it's a nickname, right? Yeah?
Oh, we have to show the final results.
Let's see. Nunyabiz says, yeah, I ended up positive. That is good. Although I hope you test negative. Let's show the final results and see how everybody did.
Emily
Nicely
ran away with
done.
it.
Look at that. Pop culture is a wheelhouse that Emily is comfortable in.
Hey, Craig ended up in the positive.
Oh, did we get anyone in the negative? No, everyone was positive.
Patrick Maloney left halfway through, and he's
and still fourth. That is a talented man, is what that is. Danny was able to claw their way back to third place, but was beaten out by Emily and Nico. Just barely, just 4,000 points separating Nico and Danny. This is good. This is, you know what? We found what people really like, and that is things that are easy and have to do with pop culture.
There is no passcode for the Zoom.
No, there should be no passcode. You just click the link and it just takes you there. Right? It just takes you there.
Like magic.
Mm-hmm. It's like the 11.5 train platform or whatever it is. Is that what it is? Is it 11.5?
No, it's not 11.5.
What is it? You go through a wall and then magic. Shaggy would know. I bet Shaggy would know.
It's 9 3/4.
9 3/4. Danny would also know. Why are you getting an error message? There's literally people here. They didn't get error messages. Did you set up something that makes sure that you don't go into Zoom meetings when you're on prescription drugs? Is it like something that prevents you from doing it?
That was the physical therapist's other guidance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rob just joined. Right?
Hi, Rob.
Hello, Rob. Rob didn't have an error. What's happening?
I just got right in.
Oh, yeah. That is how I describe Rob, a man who just gets right in.
There used to be apps you could get for your phone that would keep you from drunk dialing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it made you like do a math problem, right?
Yeah, which means I would never apparently be able to drunk dial.
There's also one that is for your alarm, where you have to do math to turn your alarm off. And I just imagine Emily sitting there like, "Shut up! It's 6. I don't know. Just leave me alone."
God damn it!
How do I take the battery out of this?
I'm wearing the socks today too, and the 25% funny,
Yeah.
85% bad at math. Nico got me for my birthday.
I don't know why you're getting an error.
Yay!
That is the correct link, right? I wrote it correctly. Anybody who wants to join it is a free thing. And after we sign off here, you can hang out and you won't be on the show or anything like
There's
that.
Karen.
Hey, we found Karen. Welcome. How do you feel about your niece's new name? Oh, you have to. You're muted, which is so unfortunate.
I think I need to try. I think I need to try a few on before we decide for sure.
A few knees?
A few knee
You've
names.
done that.
Knee names.
This is like your third knee, for God's sakes.
It's only second.
Well, you had your original.
I had the
started
first, yeah,
with
original.
one. It's not. I went to high school with you, and you were not straight legged through the entire time.
Nope.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Oh, we have knee names with a K.
Knee names. Nice.
It's like a gnome. All right, so everybody, that is the show. That is what we have. We will be back here at 7:00 next week. Shaggy is also here. This is great. Everybody's joining in. If you want to jump in, once again, meet.anotherwastedhour.com. You can be a part of this meetup. We are happy to have you. We're going to go watch some hockey and everything. For those who want to follow us, we're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Another Wasted Hour. Just subscribe or follow, and you'll be alerted if you set it up correctly when we go live, which is Thursdays at 7:00. If we can't do that for any reason, we'll post to our social media. That's A Wasted Hour on Twitter and Another Wasted Hour on Instagram and Facebook. We also have a super secret group on Facebook called Another Wasted Group. Do not tell anyone about it. There are puppies and kittens, and we talk about how we can improve the show. So feel free to come join us there. Just let us know that you want to have access to the backstage pass, as it may be. And this was all due to a podcast called Another Wasted Hour. So we had to go on hiatus because of the pandemic and everything. So if you want to support us there's 140 back episodes that you can go and listen to, hour each, as you might have expected. And they're absolutely free. They're anywhere that you can get podcasts. So just search for Another Wasted Hour. Subscribe to that. Give us a review and some stars if you enjoy it. And hopefully you'll not only have some real laughs, but also be exposed to some really great art and music from the Washington, D.C. area. And that is about it. So everybody, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Go get your vaccines. That'd be great when it's your turn, at least. And until 7:00 next Thursday, that is all we've got. So what's the final word of the show?
Chesterkin.
Chesterkin, which is a type of cat.
It's the name of the Rangers goalie, and it tickles me pink. That's a very funny name.
Oh, see,
Chesterkin.
Nico knew that. Nico was like, of course. Good old Chesterkin. That's all we've got for tonight, everybody. So once again, until 7:00 next Thursday, everybody have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.